Hi everyone! In this video, you are going to learn how to use watercolor brush pens and take your coloring skills from this to this. Brush pens are like markers and a paintbrush put together. They last a lot longer than markers and I think are much easier to use. A starter pack is all you need and they cost between $10 and $20. They're great for adults all the way down to little kids. Let me color in this fish just the basic way, staying in the lines using solid colors. I'm going to speed this up for you. Then I'm going to show you some easy techniques that you can use to make the same fish look more real and even more amazing. So this fish already looks pretty good when using the brush pens. Nice rich color, and it's easier to stain the lines. But just you wait. The first technique is shading. You will need a small bowl of water. Dip the tip of the brush right into the water. Start at the middle and color back and forth to the left side of the box. As you color, the water will absorb into the paper and you'll get more and more color. More water gives you light colors, less water gives you darker colors. Now do the same thing to the other side. Let's use this technique on our fish. I'll get my bowl of water and shade from light to darker blue on his body and his fin. Not sure where to add the shading? Shading is just making something darker where there would be a shadow. It makes drawings look like real objects and not flat things on paper. Now we'll do black on color shading. Color in the square first, then use a black or gray pen on the sides to shade it. Add water to the black pen to make it lighter, just like we did in the first box with the purple. When the water on the paper is dry, you can go back over it with the purple to even it out if you want. I'm going to use this technique on the tail. With a gray pen, I'm going to shade the end of his tail, then fill the whole thing in with yellow. And on his fin, I'll use the same gray pen to add more shading. Okay, last shading box. This is color on color. Fill in the box. With the same color, go over the part you want to shade. You can go over it as many times as you want. Each time it will get a little darker. Let's move on to some blending, which just means mixing colors together. I'm dipping my red pen in the water and going to color this whole box left to right. The pen will get darker and darker as I blend from pink to red. Now let's blend red with orange. Start where you want the colors to meet and with water, blend out. Then with another color, do the same thing. The water helps the colors mix together. If you don't use enough water, you'll get a line between the red and orange. But that's okay, just try again. Finally, I'm going to show you some cool textures that you can use on lots of your drawings and colorings. This is the last thing we will add to the fish too. A simple crosshatch is going back and forth diagonally. Try not to color over all the white paper. Be quick, it shouldn't look perfect. Then do the same thing in the other direction. This texture is great for clothing because it looks like fabric. With the darker pen, do the same thing here and there to give it depth. Next, let's do some fur. Take your pen and press it onto the paper all over the box to make little teardrop shapes. Try to cover most of the white area, but not all of it. With the darker pen, make thinner lines all over. This will look like shadows. Then with a different green color, I'm using olive green, make a few more teardrop shapes. And finally, a few more with the yellow. This will help the colors mix together a little bit. Longer strokes makes longer fur, and you can even use this to make feathers on a bird. Maybe you want a rough surface with lots of texture. Easy. Color in the area first. Then, with the same color, start to make little dots. Color on color shading here. With the darker color, add a few more dots. I like to add more green dots and some yellow dots on top for good measure. This texture is good for animal skin like a frog or even an elephant if you use grays. Last up is a fast one. I'm not sure what I would call it, but you can use this for hair or grass or lots of things. Color in the box, then make fast strokes all over it with the darker marker and the yellow. Let's finish this fish. I'm adding a little more black shading. His freckles. And I'll finish it off with a simple texture. Fish have scales, and scales can be made by drawing little letter C's on the body. The best thing you can do to be a better colorer is keep coloring. Even when you make a mistake, you will get better every day. You can practice with me and my other coloring videos using all the skills you learned today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe.